Okay, we're heading around the corner. I see my brother's truck right here. Nice truck. Okay, and I see a Lightning here. Right, also a nice truck. Okay, now we're gonna head around the corner to, there it is, to see my truck. Holy shit. Dude, that is so nice.
Isn't it? Man, I love it.
Man. Waited so long for you. Okay, you guys, you don't even know the story about this truck. It's like I lost it. It's like a classic rom-com. Get the girl, lose the girl, get the girl, but without any of it being my fault. Are you kidding me? I can fit in the wheel well. I love this truck. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Okay, so remember Ken? He is the best. So this is what happened with this truck. This is how we lost it and got it back or whatever. So probably like what, a month ago?
Yeah, it was like a week, a little more than a week before I was going to go to Canada for Christmas.
Right. So
and I was already planning to drive up there, and this truck comes up for sale, and the problem was that it was 5 hours away from where I live, and I didn't want to drive 5 hours north and then 5 hours back again, taking the whole day, when I was already going to be basically making the same trip in a week from then.
Right, 30 hours away from me, so I couldn't do it either.
So I called the guy, and I asked him if I could put a deposit on the truck if he'd hold it for me.
Right.
And he's like, well, do you want to come see it? And I'm like, no, I see the pictures, I know what I'm looking at, I want that truck. And of course you were like, yeah, that's the one, you know?
Yeah. Because for a long time I was looking, well, you were helping me look. We were looking on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. I was even looking on Kijiji. Yeah, Auto Trader. And what was that other weird one that sucked?
OfferUp.
Yeah, OfferUp. Every single day. I looked twice a day, and I don't know how often you looked, but
I had saved searches on Craigslist, so I'm getting like dozens of emails every day from Craigslist, and then occasionally I'll check Facebook too. Mm-hmm. And this one was on Facebook, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This one was the first one where I was like, that's the one. That's like other ones I was like, yeah, that one would be nice.
Love at first sight.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's the one. The only thing that would make it better is if it was black or two-tone black and gray.
Oh man.
But other than that, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a 9.9 out of 10 for me. Anyways.
So I asked the guy if I can put a deposit on it, and he says yeah. So he was going to get me his PayPal info. And then I didn't hear back from him again, so I call him again, and he's like, oh, yeah, I don't know, talk to my brother-in-law, whatever, and he said it's a scam and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it's not a scam. I'm giving you my money. Like,
right. But to be fair, even though I don't really agree with his approach, people scam on PayPal all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So he's worried about it being a scam, so then...
But all he's got to do is hold the truck for me for a week. He doesn't have to part with it,
Right.
Anyway, so he kind of backs out, and then I kind of talk him into it again, and in the meantime I did a DMV report on it, and I found out that the truck had $1,300 in back fees due, because in California you have to keep your vehicle registered every year or put it onto a non-op status and pay like $22 a year to not drive your car, which is kind of stupid. So he hadn't done that, and it sat for a number of years, so there's $1,300 in fees due. So, and his original asking price was $6,000 for the truck.
Right, American.
So when I approached him with that report, I sent him the pages, and he said, well, I'm willing to work with you on that. I could do $5,000 for the truck. I said, sure, deal. But you're gonna hold it for me, right? And he says, yeah. And then again, he's not getting me his information for PayPal, and so
this is after several phone conversations.
Yeah, several days even.
Yeah.
Yeah. and the weekend is coming up, and I'm like, oh no, somebody's for sure gonna come buy this thing on the weekend.
Because this thing at that price, it's just that's like
it had
one in a million.
It had fuel system issues, so it didn't run right.
Yeah, so there was some deterrence for someone who didn't want to put in the work
or didn't know what was wrong with it.
Right, but someone like Ken who like he has tons of these trucks, not the 460, but but he knows what he's doing. Anyways, go on.
So finally I'm thinking, okay, it's Friday night, and I'm thinking tomorrow's the weekend, he's probably gonna sell it. What if I tell him that I can come tomorrow on Saturday? I actually had work scheduled, but I could have gotten out of it if I had to. So I thought, I'll just call him up, because he's avoiding my calls at this point.
Right.
And I'll tell him I can come tomorrow and see what he says. So I do that, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, you can come tomorrow. Oh, he doesn't answer the phone, first of all, so I leave a message. And then he calls me back after he listens to it, right, when I said I can come tomorrow. And so he just calls me back, and yeah, oh, okay, cool. So, what time do you want to come, and so on? And I said, oh, it takes about a 5-hour drive, so be there around 1. Okay, yeah. And I said, obviously, I would prefer not to make the trip, because like I said, I'm already have to go to Canada anyways in a week from now, so
you'd basically be driving through.
Yeah, I'd be wasting an entire day.
Right, and you didn't want to take blow off one of your clients to go if you didn't have to, right? Yeah.
Right. So he's like, well, all right, well, that's fine. I'll hold it for you. You can just do a deposit if you want, and I'll hold on to the truck. And I said, okay, are you sure? Because I can come tomorrow. I said, whatever I have to do to get the truck, I'm going to do it. So if you tell me I got to come tomorrow with cash in hand, I'm there. So, and he's like, no, that's okay. I won't make you do that. I'll hold it for you. You can do the PayPal deposit. I said, okay, how much do you want? How's $1,000 sound? And he's like, oh, you don't have to do that. How about 500 is good enough.
Right.
And I said, okay.
So at this point, he's convincing us it's a good idea to do PayPal.
Yeah, basically.
We don't have to go there, right?
Yeah, and that he's going to hold it for me.
Right.
Okay, great. He's talked me out of coming tomorrow, right? So I said, okay, just get me your info then, and I'll send it right away. Okay, yeah, well, I'll do it tomorrow morning, whatever. And tomorrow morning comes, he doesn't get me his info. The afternoon comes, I start texting him, he doesn't answer. By the evening, the ad was gone. And I'm like, oh, I knew he sold it. I was so mad.
So was I. So,
yeah, I text him again. Something about, I forget what I said exactly, and he ends up responding something to the tune of, sorry, I couldn't risk the whole PayPal thing. Guy came with cash in hand. Good luck in your endeavors, basically. And I said, hey, I had cash in hand too, but you told me you'd hold the truck for me.
Right.
You lied to me.
Yeah.
And of course he doesn't respond again. So the truck's gone.
And then we started looking for trucks again, and we found some pretty cool ones.
In the meantime, I go to Canada for Christmas.
Right.
I come back.
And when I'm looking, I found 2 in Canada that were okay, but the reason why I'm getting one from the U.S., or specifically this area, California, we're also looking in Oregon and
Nevada.
Yeah, places
Arizona.
like that. No salt on the roads, and therefore no rust on the trucks, especially in areas that would suck, like in the wheel wells and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, you go back home.
So I come back. I don't know what date it was then, like first week of January or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I start sending you links again one morning.
And I really like this 86.
I send you one link and you're like,
I'm like, that
one's too expensive.
Yeah.
And I send you the 86.
The 86,
like,
I really like.
Sweet.
So I'm very specific on what I wanted, because I told myself a while ago, if I'm going to buy another truck, it's going to be one that I actually like. I've had one of these trucks before, but a 91, and I don't really like the front end in a 91. They're okay, but I don't know. So I was like, I will get an 86 because I love that front end, and it's the newest of that body style. Or I'm going to get a 95, 96, or 97, but if I have to, I'll go 92 to 94. But 95, 96, and 97 are the same.
They got the most upgrades,
right?
Strongest transmissions and so on,
right?
More options.
And then as time went on, I was
seats.
like, okay, it has to be an F350. It has to be. I was going for a super cab or a crew cab. So this is a crew cab. A super cab is kind of the same thing, but no back doors. It's just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, it's like here.
Yeah. So, but then I was like, it has to be a crew cab, and it has to be an F350.
And long bed.
And long bed. I needed it to be the biggest one. And then this one happens to be what I didn't even know is heavy duty as well. So it's beefed up front end and stuff. So, which is pretty sweet. Anyways, find the 86, and then I decide it's a little too much for me to spend, although it was super nice. Then you send me another ad.
Yeah.
And
one you just didn't like, I think.
Yeah.
And then the third one I send you was this truck, and you're like, dude, that's the same truck.
Well, this is how it happened. I was like, that's really nice. And then I'm with Ashley, and I'm like, wait a minute. Are those the same wheels? Are those the same wheels as the other ad? I was like, I'm like, wait a minute. It has the bed or the box, whatever you call it, thingies, whatever, the diamond plate.
Diamond plate, yeah.
And I was like, what are the chances that it would be the same? Then I tell you, I think that's the same truck.
Yeah, you're like, that's the same truck. And I'm like, what? I thought you were saying that I had sent you the same link twice.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, oh, did I? So I'm like clicking on my links, and you're like, that's the one we were going to buy. And I'm like, yeah, which one we were going to buy? There were like 20 of them. I don't know. Because there were a few other ones that kind of fell through. They were interested in.
And I'm so glad they fell through. In fact, I was going to come back up with you when you came home from Christmas to buy a red truck, which was pretty nice, but I wasn't feeling it.
The one in Oregon, right?
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty nice.
Well, it turned out it had a big dent on the side, and he was hiding it in the photographs and stuff.
Yeah, he was. But I was going to get it anyways. But for whatever reason, I couldn't take the cash out. I went to my bank, no American cash. That's weird. No American cash. Then I go to the currency exchange place, maximum $2,000. And I was like,
an arm and a leg.
Right. And we were, plus their fees or whatever. And we were leaving the next morning early. And it was already 6 or 7 at night or something like that by the time I went to the currency exchange place. So I just couldn't do it. And I'm so glad, because then you get home, this truck pops up again, and you actually
again on Facebook.
Yeah, you ended up asking for more pictures because there are certain distinctive maladies on this truck.
Yeah, there was. I had a photograph of the headliner, and I knew about a specific piece of damage to it, right there.
Yeah, you see that rip right there? Yeah, that rip right there.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that is the same truck.
And it's supercharged. That would be weird if there was,
he didn't even list that in his ad. He didn't say it was supercharged.
He said there was extras, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so.
And he was asking more for the truck. He wanted $6,500 now.
Right.
This guy was asking. So, different guy.
Different guy, yeah.
So I talked to him, and then he tells me on the phone about, it's got, 1,000 plus in fees due and so forth, and I didn't let him know that I knew about this truck already. And then I asked him, how does it drive, because I knew about the fuel problem that was mentioned in the original ad
from the other guy.
Yeah, the original a-hole. So so I knew that it had some fuel issues. I'm like, how does it drive? Oh, it's good. I'm like, okay. Does it make good power? Is it drives nicely? And yeah, it's good. How's it on the highway? No vibrations or anything? No, it runs really well. All right. So call up Dalton, like, hey, you want to go look at this truck with me?
Dalton, that's my nephew, by the way, or our nephew, by the way.
And he's like, sure. So we hopped in the car and took off, and it was like 2 in the afternoon or something when we left, I think, and got there around 7 something p.m. And then looked the truck over a bit, and yep, it's as advertised.
And the whole time, by the way, because I was like, dude, as soon as you told me that because you confirmed talking on the phone or whatever, I was like, go get it. Get it. No, I'm like, just get it, go get it. And you're like, well, I can't get it today. And I'm like, all right, fine, I understand. But inside I was like, get it. I'm like, what are the chances that the same truck, it just, if you know these trucks, or if you're a fan of these old body style trucks, then you know what I'm thinking. Because at this price, even with the issues, it's just,
in this condition,
it is too, like, it's a dream.
Who would buy this truck and then immediately sell it again? Like, I never expected that.
Yeah, so we go look at it, go for a test drive, and the thing runs like crap. It couldn't get out of its own way. Like, the more I stepped on the gas, the slower it went, literally. It would decelerate as I stepped on the gas. So you had to barely step on the throttle, and you could get it up to like 65 miles an hour or so, barely, just babying it, So we get back to his house, and I'm like, well, I'm definitely still interested in the truck, but it's obviously got problems, right?
Something's wrong with the fuel system. So he's like, okay, yeah. And I said, how low can you go? And he's like, well, I could take 500 off of it, because we had already talked about I would pay the fees myself, so it was going to be 5,500 for the truck instead of 6,500 asking price. And now he says I can take 500 off of it, so that's $5,000. I'm like, cha-ching, perfect.
Yeah, so we got it for the same price,
same amount,
all the same stuff. Was it closer or further away?
No, basically same distance.
Same distance.
Area.
So it worked out just later, and it's actually, it all worked out good because I was able to save up more cash to be able to make the trip down here, because there is some issues that need to be fixed, which you already did a whole laundry list of stuff, and then there's a few things which we are going to do now. Some people might say, why would you buy a truck with so many issues? It's because of him. If it wasn't him, I would, because I'm not a mechanic, I don't know what to do. But you know, when you have a brother like this, it's super easy to just be like, word, let's do it. So
it's a really nice truck. It just hasn't been maintained properly for the last owner, I think, was didn't care about the truck and just whatever.
But the current owner cares about it a lot.
Yes, he does. Thanks. I appreciate
Actually, yeah, you technically do own it. Oh, that's funny. But anyways, we're gonna start working on it. That's what we're doing today. That is what I'm doing in LA. If you watched the last vlog, which you should watch it, even if you didn't watch it, I was kind of, you know what it is. So the first thing that we're actually gonna do is change these axle seals here. But we got this in the way, and this is like a neighborhood street. We can't block the road by moving the truck over there, but we have this sidewalk here, so we're gonna put it forward. Just tried to start it up and drive it forward, except for the battery is dead. Just our luck. So we're going to have to give it a push. Now this thing is freaking heavy. One of us has to be in there because it's too tall to walk it up front. So he's gonna go in there, and then me and Ken are gonna try to push it. We're gonna do our best to try to push it anyways. Oh jeez! Oh.
Oh, that should be it, huh? You want to check? Yeah, that's good. All right.
If anything, we'll just go back.
Oh, we're too far forward. Wow, we're stronger than we thought.
We're stronger than we thought. We went too far forward. Okay, bring her back. You watch that, I guess.
Night falls and I'm alone. Whoa, skin chilled to the bone. You turned and you ran. Oh yeah. Whoa, slipped right from my hand. Hey, blue on black, tears on a river, push on a shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on the fire, it's cold on ice, it's a dead man's touch. Whisper on the screen doesn't change a thing, doesn't bring you back. Blue on black, blue on black. Blind, oh, but now I see. Truth lies in between. Words.
That's probably not how you would play football. It'd probably be more like this.
Undone. Oh no. Whoa, slipped right
That's how football is played, kind of. I mean, I don't know, because we have Canadian football and we're in America, so I don't know. Probably still wrong.
Hey, blue on black, tears on a river, push on and shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on a fire, it's cold on ice, it's a dead man's touch. Whisper on a scream, doesn't change a thing, doesn't bring you back. Blue on black, blue on black, blue on black, tears on a river.
Does my brother work here now? We've been to this shop like I don't know how many times getting stuff, but it's working out. But he's behind the counter.
Whisper on the screen, doesn't change a thing.
So if you're working on your vehicle and or have heard of people working on their vehicle and you hear the term knuckle buster or something like that, it means something is tight or something like that, and then it suddenly lets go, making your hand go where you don't want it to go, and then you just slice open your knuckle. That is a knuckle buster. And I just did it on this sharp edge right here while pulling this wire out of this little hole right up here, and that hurt. That's all. Back to work.
Hey, blue on black, tears on a river, push on and shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on a fire, it's cold on ice, it's a dead man's touch. Whisper on the screen, doesn't change a thing, doesn't bring you back. Blue on black, blue on black, blind, oh, but now I see. Truth lies in between.
Look how comically long this apparatus is. Just to reach the bolt on the bell housing of the transmission. And the reason why we're taking down the transmission is to change the torque converter to one that will last forever with the, because this truck is supercharged.
More importantly, to one that isn't slipping.
Oh yeah, also that. And then also in the transmission at the same time, we're going to put in a shift kit so that we have nicer, what's the point of that? Just nicer shifting. And what was the other reason?
Faster, more firm shifting, and better holding power in gear.
Better holding power in gear, that's what I was waiting for. I just thought that was hilarious, so I needed to show you guys that. Look how long that shit is.
It does the job.
Blue on black, blue on black, tears on a river, push on and shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on a fire, it's cold on ice, it's a dead man's touch. Whisper on the screen, doesn't change a thing, doesn't bring you back. Blue on black, whoa, blue on black.
Yeah, it's not done yet. If Ford gave us the right parts, this would not be the scene that you see. It would be done and it would be drivable, but they gave us the wrong parts, so we have to wait until they come in, and that'll be in a couple days, unfortunately, but then I will be able to drive it for the first time, and that'll be great. So that kind of sucks. But there's also been some good stuff. I've learned a lot. Now, a long time ago, I started a mentorship at a mechanics, but art kind of took over and I left mechanics to the side. I still like it. I've owned about 20 cars in my life or so, something like that. And when they've needed stuff done, I usually fix it myself. But this is kind of more in depth. Like, there's way more that I don't know. So I'm glad to have learned a lot. Ken is a good teacher, so I'm glad that he's there. If there ever was anything in the past that I couldn't fix on one of my cars, I got either my brother Ken or my brother Dave to help me out with that. And in fact, we've been calling Dave here and there when Ken's gotten stuck on some stuff. Now, mostly I've been doing whatever as Ken's been doing the hard stuff and then needing a hand. So a lot of things are kind of like back and forth and whatnot, but we've got most of the things done. Unfortunately, sometimes things don't go all the way as planned, but whatever. Another thing that sucks is today I had bad vertigo, which a lot of you know that my brother Dakota gets bad vertigo. He gets it worse than me, but every once in a while I'll get it as well, and today was one of those days, which sucks. But anyways, this is where I'm gonna leave it. The next time you see this, it'll be on the road.
Yeah, right.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, she's working. Just working out the kinks now, so I'm just following Ken. He knows more about this kind of stuff, right? So he's driving it, and we're just driving around LA, which, by the way, driving in LA sucks. Why don't you guys go ahead and check out some of the music of Patrick the Ghost. I'll have the link in the description. I used Blue on Black, his cover of Blue on Black in this vlog, because I thought it sounded badass, and he gave me permission to do that. So go check him out. That would be awesome. Anyways, thanks for watching till the end.